On a cold December morning in 1903, a fragile machine of wood and fabric rose into the air for the first time in human history. But this 12-second leap didn't come from luck. It came from two brothers who spent years chasing a dream everyone thought was impossible. This is how they taught the world to fly. Their journey began decades earlier with something small, a toy helicopter made of cork and rubber bands. When young Wilbur watched it rise, he wasn't just amazed, he was inspired. That tiny toy planted a question that would define his future. Wilbur and Orville were more than brothers. They explored, built, and learned together. They shared ideas, helped each other, and dreamed big. In their small bicycle shop, the Wrights mastered balance, mechanics, and precision. Each repair prepared them for something greater than bicycles. Out in the open fields, the brothers watched birds glide through the sky. Nature became their greatest teacher. Their workshop walls filled with sketches, wings, angles, and mechanic diagrams. While others chased powerful engines, the Wrights focused on something most people ignored: control. How do you steer a machine in the air? In 1900, they built their first glider. Lightweight, simple, and experimental. It was the first big step from imagination to reality. To test their ideas, they traveled to one of the windiest places in America, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Isolated, sandy, and unpredictable. But its strong winds made it perfect for gliding. The early flights were clumsy and short. The glider lifted for moments before dipping back into the sand, but every second in the air taught them something new. They crashed often. Wings snapped, frames twisted, and fabric torn, but every broken part revealed a new way to improve. Tired of bad data, the brothers built their own wind tunnel. They tested hundreds of wing shapes, recording airflow and lift. Their homemade experiments led to one of the most important aerodynamic discoveries of their time. With new accurate measurements, they designed wings that produced more lift and more control. The dream of flight now felt closer than ever. No engine available was light and powerful enough, so they built one from scratch, a small but groundbreaking gasoline engine, simple and exactly what their flyer needed. By late 1903, the Wright Flyer took shape: wood, canvas, wire, and raw determination, a machine that carried years of failures, discoveries, and hope. On December 17, 1903, history changed. Orville made the first powered controlled flight, just 12 seconds long, but long enough to prove the impossible. Flight after flight, the brothers pushed farther, 30 feet, then hundreds. What began as a wobbling leap became stable and controlled flight. With proof in hand, the brothers packed the flyer and returned home. The world had no idea how much had just changed. When the Wrights finally demonstrated their flyer to the public, crowds were stunned. Machines that once seemed ridiculous now soared above their heads. In halls and exhibition grounds across the world, leaders and engineers admired their work. The Wrights were no longer bicycle mechanics, they were pioneers of aviation. They didn't stop at success. The Wrights continued refining their designs: faster, safer, more advanced machines. Their invention became the backbone of early aviation. Today, the Wright Flyer hangs in museums, a reminder of two brothers who refused to quit. Their courage lifted humanity into the sky.